lost my mind doing this game, yeah? Like Vincent van Gogh. He dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me. But when that gold belt is around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, when my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids have everything they ever want, then it will pay. Then I'm happy I lost my mind.
I drink water, I stretch, I shake it out. That's me beginning to free my body again after whatever amount of time I've been asleep. People just usually jump up, get out of bed straight away, go brush their teeth, eat their food, rush to wherever they have to go, do what they have to do, and their body is locking up, their body's getting tighter and tighter and tighter until it just locks or cracks. I don't see it as showing up and doing jiu-jitsu, showing up and doing boxing, showing up and doing taekwondo. I just see it as moving, waking up, freeing the body, becoming more loose and moving. It's more like an obsession now. Everything I do is something to do with this, you know? It's always in my head. I'm always thinking about it. I'm definitely obsessed with it. I feel to be at the pinnacle of any game, in any, whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday, there was rugby, there was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this, let's engage in this, and I can't do it. I just don't. People are talking to me, and in my head, I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life: sequences and numbers. Nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else.
What makes you such a good fighter?
I don't know. I'm just curious about it. It's never. It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. That's it. I'm just curious and fascinated with it. I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why. You know what I mean? To be true, that's all you've got to do is show up.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day, every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... You know, that's unhealthy. That beats you.
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
Partying is weakness for the soul.
I don't think Dane agrees with you. Do you think Dane agrees with you? I don't think that weakens his soul.
Saying things like, I hope it is fucking hard. I hope it's so fucking hard that no one can do it. That way, when I do it, I'm that much more ahead of everybody. I want it so fucking hard, to be so hard and so challenging, that when I get it, man, I reap all the reward. I don't want luck in the equation, because I don't need it. You start seeing terms like that, man, you're someone that believes it. You got confidence. I don't give a shit what the endeavor is. You're gonna find a way.
You think you should be
The crown is a decorative piece for the man who lives a life of disobedience, and heavy for the man who obeys. To be a man of God in this world is to live in constant opposition to everything mankind has built in defiance of his will. You are not just resisting temptation today. You are rejecting an entire system that rewards disobedience and punishes conviction. That is no small task. Most Christian men today have been so deeply conditioned and manipulated that they've become part-time believers. They say they believe in God, yet live life of passive rebellion. Look who believes in God but refuses to obey, the devil. You're not given a life on this earth by your Creator to waste it serving His enemy. No, you are not called to perfection, but you are called to obedience. Sons are the foundation to mankind. Why do you think He first created a man? A son of God, the moment he chooses Christ. Hell put his name on a wall because the devil is not interested in the ones who are lost. He targets the men who obey God and walk under the covering of Christ. The bar is so low today that a man of Christ is seen as a radical fool. Don't let that sow doubt in your conviction. That's what strong figures in the Bible were accused of. Look within. You've been entrusted with your own cross to bear, not just to provide bread, but to uphold spiritual conviction. Not merely to exist, but to reflect God's love and power. You are His creation, an extension of His thought, His heart, His mind, His love. And to live in His image is the highest purpose a man can carry. Most men don't even realize this. But if you're one who does, don't live like those who don't. Be the son who holds his tongue when anger flares, who prays in secret, who walks in self-control, who honors the highest authority. God desires to place a crown on your head, so give Him a head strong and worthy enough to bear it. At first, the crown will feel heavy, but in time, your neck will grow strong enough to carry it with honor. Rebuke living a life solely built on comfort. Let discipline make comfort feel like rotting. And when they mock you for loving Christ, pray for them, because they cannot comprehend that true authority begins with submission to the Creator. Make sure your crown reflects the weight of His legacy. There will be cost of your conviction, but never compromise the truth and devotion and loyalty to your Father. All the silence will make sense one day. If you haven't started moving, look at yourself in every mirror. They all reflect a man crafted in the image of God. That alone means you've been given full permission to pursue your highest potential. Your body, your mind, your name, even wealth. What can you not do? Never forget, God rewarded men with the riches of the earth when they labored faithfully. Nothing is beyond Him. Don't let death nor His creation scare you. What should is running out of time while wasting the potential God placed inside you. Giving up should never be in your blood. Use the mind, the body, the hands, and the voice your Heavenly Father entrusted to you. Time, for better or worse, is running out. Let that truth not drown you, but push you.
I ain't finna tell y'all how I got away with this shit.
You got the energy, boy. You got it. You're young. You're strong, man. Don't cry for a person. Don't cry for love. Don't cry for a woman. Cry for action. Cry because you have failed, but you try again. Because you got the energy, boy. You got it. Don't waste it. Build the empire you want. Build it. Build everything you deserve. Don't cry on your bed. Cry on the weights if you're gonna cry. Go there and do it and build the empire, build the body, build everything you deserve. Because you got it. Don't waste it. Society's gonna tell you to waste it. People are gonna tell you to waste it. Never. No waste. Channel it. Fuel it. Focus on one thing and build the empire you deserve.
Don't let success make you come close. Nobody fucking likes you. You wanna know why? Because you are successful. They hate you because you're successful. When you wasn't on Instagram, nobody ever fucking about you. Go back to him right now. just like how you always have.
Take a second and think about all the battles you've already fought.
I ain't finna tell you how I
Quiet
got
and the
away with
loud,
this
the
shit.
subtle and the unmistakable. Think about the mountains you've already climbed, the oceans you've crossed. No one's path to get here was easy. No one. Yet, here you stand.
You know what I see when I look at most people? Weaklings. They talk about dreams while living in mediocrity. They make plans while staying comfortable. They want the results, but refuse to pay the price. I used to be the weakest, the bottom of the food chain. Everyone looked down on me. Everyone thought I was pathetic. But you know what happened when I stopped making excuses? I leveled up. Not because someone handed me power. Not because I got lucky. But because I understood something most people never will. Power isn't given. It's taken.
I have been battling wars no one knows about, and I have always come on top. Because even if I hear those voices, I still try again. I still go up there again. I walk again. I try again. And I keep walking. That's who I am. Why would I just go to bed and cry? Why would I go to bed and cry for a girl? Why just go out there and become better? I always move forward. Why would I care? Why would I care? I always move forward. Why would you care? Why would you care about some stupid shit? Doesn't matter. What matters is when you wake up. What matters is what you do when you are there on the moment. Instead of going to bed and fucking cry, you just wake up and you put your life together and you just try again. And every problem you have, you solve it. What is your problem? To be there in bed crying for a person. What the fuck are you doing? Terrible for a man to be just crying. The world has told men that crying for other people, for women, is fine. To cry for love. What a waste of fucking time. Jesus. Crying for love? If I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry because I have tried so much and I still don't win. And after crying, I'm gonna try again. Because I enjoy this. This is my fuel. As a man, your fuel should be action, not stagnation, not love. Love is fine, but now you got the energy, boy. You got the energy to change your entire life. You got everything. You need to use it to become insanely above average. That's what you need to do with your energy right now. To put it all into action and become a new person on the other side.
I wasn't born strong. I came from struggle. From moments where all I had was breath and the refusal to quit. I didn't learn to endure pain. I turned it into progress. When others rested, I built. When they doubted, I delivered. The scars I wear aren't weakness. They're proof that I show up. Every day, every hour, no matter what. Because I'm not here to survive. I'm here to outlast, outperform, and override everything in my way.
Past can't be changed, but the future is still mine. Every regret I felt, I turned it into reason. Every failure, a rep. Every tear, a milestone. I don't move forward to forget what happened. I move forward, so it never controls me. This path isn't easy, and I don't want it to be. Because easy never builds legacy. Only relentless effort does.
They told me to lower my aim, to be patient, to wait. But I was never built to wait. I don't ask for permission, I move forward. When they rest, I train. When they doubt, I decide. Cause I'm not chasing anyone. I'm becoming someone they'll never catch. And I'll keep going. Till even my own limits can't recognize me.
I'm probably not gifted genetically. I'm not the best. I don't have the talent. I don't have anything. But I know that I will die on the heel of greatness. I will die on the heel of not being average, at least. That's what is waiting for me, because everything is possible. Even if I don't have the genetics or I don't have anything, I still have the hunger and the ambition.
Weak, and you should be docile, and then you should be a pacifist. He goes, no, you should be a monster. He said you should be a monster, you should be ruthlessly ambitious, and then learn how to control.
You should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster. An absolute monster. And then you should learn how to control.
Be fucking fearless.
Fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit what anybody says or what anybody thinks. I have this mindset. I know exactly who the fuck I am. I have my circle of people that I hang around with who know me and know what I'm about and whatever. And anybody else who doesn't like it or doesn't want it, bad.
I can't be big. It's impossible. You condemn me. You can damage me. You never ever.
Bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not going to happen. Tell me it's going to fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
You can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality.
So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them, being fine with being mediocre. You want to go back to who you were, huh, David? One time, I was running by a graveyard when I was fucking just trying to become, I was fat. And I ran by a graveyard and I looked out there and I have all these epiphanies, man. I have all these fucking moments of like, it's crazy, man, of this thought. Cause I'm always by myself. I'm always in deep fucking thought about how to be better. And I look out there, I'm like, man, I wonder how many of you motherfuckers in there fucking just are so upset with how you lived your life. And fucking just regret how you lived it. And I'm running a 300-pound man thinking, man, don't fucking die like this.
Normality is what weak people call living. I call it death. And shit will break up any type of normality that you might fix in your head. I'll also push you past what you currently thought you could do, giving you confidence. And you know what? I'm selling myself too short. I'm capable of more.
Yeah, there comes a day, man. Everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out. Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, when your wife and kids are on your ass so you don't have support anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day.
and you get off your fucking ass and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you've never wanted to unwrap it because there's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were gonna fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, reminds you of what you could have been. And then the fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never gonna be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked in, you just keep going, you're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age, it can happen at a later age. It's gonna happen to somebody no matter what, it's gonna happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they're willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It wasn't about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest fucking worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. Because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man. And it really sucks when you've tasted success at one point in your life. When you have sex with a woman, and that's the best sex ever, you want to have sex with her again. When you eat a fucking great juicy steak, man, you want to have that again. When you go out and you train hard to play baseball and you connect and you hit the winning home run, you want to feel that way again. When you taste these finer things of life, all the pain, all the work, all the sacrifice to get them is well worth it. If anything, it's a small down payment for the price and the reward you got. And that feeling, once felt, how do you ever turn your back on it? Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there. Grab a buddy of yours. Say, man, me and you are gonna fucking do this together. And you're gonna be on my ass if I start slacking. I'm gonna be on your ass if I start slacking. And I'll never accept mediocre again. I'm always gonna give it my 110 fucking %. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. That's all that will ever find peace in. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days. If there's potential inside of you, which you know it's there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It'll be more, it's a living nightmare, dude. That fact that you had the ability to do something and you're too weak to fucking turn the key and start the engine on it is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys. I hope you guys get what the fuck I'm saying. I'm telling you what, man, once you get it, come on over this side of the fence, you don't see fucking problems anymore, man. You see situations, you see possibilities, and you can't wait to get them started, man. You're like, why did I wait so long to engage? It doesn't matter about the past, it's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment, there's no quarter commitment, there's no third quarter, it's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every fucking day we engage. Because that's the better life. And the people you will surround yourself are like-minded. And they're better friends. Friends and family for life, man. They have your back. They're solid individuals, doing solid tasks, leaving a solid impact of legacy for other people. That's a fucking solid life, man. It's your option, though. What are you gonna do?
Like, what the fuck, man? It's disgusting. You're a grown-ass fucking man walking around with your tail tucked between your fucking legs. How about you stand up for once, and you stand up for not only the things you believe in, but for yourself, and for your future self, and for your kids and their kids. How about you stand up for them? How about you stand up for what you know in your heart is right and not what everyone else wants you to be? How about you fucking do that, man? You will live a much happier and fulfilled life. Fuck a plan B. Put all those eggs in a fucking plan A, bro. Don't fucking spread your eggs out in the other basket, man. You can only put so much effort into something. And if you're putting half of the fucking effort into plan B just to fall back on, odds are you're gonna fall back on it. You're not gonna achieve that real goal. So I'm telling you guys, man, you gotta be ignorant, you gotta believe in yourself, you gotta be a little bastard, man, and say fuck everybody else. Fuck it. Be selfish for once in your fucking life, dude. Shit.
We are living in a time where it has never been easier to be comfortable, but we are also living in a time where it has never been easier to become successful. And it is just up to you what path you want to choose. I'm disgusted with how 99% of humanity disrespects the human body that they were given, and disrespects the time on earth that they've been given. Living every single day on somebody else's terms, not actively chasing the dream life that they've always wanted. We have one life. One single chance at this shit, and you're telling me that you're not going to do whatever it fucking takes, take every single risk required to be able to get you to where you want to go? Why not? Why aren't you willing to put in the work? You know that this is your only shot, your only chance to be able to do this thing that we call life. You waste these days away waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect time to start. Newsflash, it's never going to come. Perfect time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is today. Stop disrespecting yourself and this life that you've been given. Take a fucking risk and live your life.
You need to create a fucking plan. I mean, actually sit down and write a fucking plan. Exactly what you are going to do to accomplish your dreams. And every single day, you are going to wake up and execute upon the plan. No matter how you feel, if you're motivated, if you're tired, you had a long night, the amount of days that I have to fucking convince myself to get out of the bed. But I have the fucking plan. I know exactly what I need to do every day in order to accomplish my dreams. It is not easy, but it is very, very simple. Get up and execute on your fucking plan and watch everything change.
I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., etc. All you're doing is telling me you're a loser. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability. The inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're going to get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a fucking coward, and you still failed. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses.
No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone. Life isn't fair at all. At all. So what are you gonna do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one was gonna miracle me to be somebody special. My dad, my mom, all my situations were on me now. It's solely on me. It was on me. And that's what you have to realize. Everything you do, you may have some support, you may not, but it's on you. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay. But being a badass hurts real bad. I had to stop thinking normal. I had to stop thinking normal. I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things.
Isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean?
And you don't like people too, right?
I mean, it's not that I don't like people, it's just that I'd rather just, this needs to be, to get to the level that you need to get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game, or that aren't on the same pack, you know what I mean? Because it's just not, it doesn't make sense.
It's 2 a.m. right now. No one here. Mano to mano, me and you, and where we want to go tomorrow. 2 a.m. What I love about 2 a.m. is that we're not living by the clock, man. Because the clock says it's 10 o'clock, time to go to sleep, or 9 to 5, time to go to work. That's bullshit. If you're in bed right now, and you're rolling around, you can't fall asleep, get the fuck up. It probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. 2 a.m., not a fucking person's here. I can scream my fucking ass off. No one hears me. I can cry. I can shit myself. I can put an honest day's work in here that more than anyone does in a week. And no one sees it. Because it's supposed to be that way. This is a fucking means to the ends. It's not the ends. All those motherfuckers that come in here with their hair done, the makeup, you know, these guys come in the shirts to be seen, missing the fucking point, man. Missing the point. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay your fucking dues, so later in life you never wonder what if. You don't need to say I gotta burn the midnight oil so I don't stay awake in the midnight hours wondering this. We just erase that out of the equation. We're putting the work in now, so we never wonder what if.
Don't worry about it.
Not run by the clock. Run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Our competition's fucking asleep right now. We're getting ahead of that competition. The margins between first and loser, the second place finisher, growing and growing and growing. They're all gonna fight for second place. They won't be able to keep up with you. That's being on the right path, man. Never looking back to our past. The past is great. We're proud of it. But it's not the current day. All that shit is created who we are right now, where life begins. And how we feel and where we want to go. Using that information to excel ourselves to the future of where we want to be tomorrow, which is right fucking now, last I looked. Not when the sun comes up. It's when we're ready to get up.
Types of people in this world: sheep, wolves, and sheepdogs. Now, some people prefer to believe that evil doesn't exist in the world, and if ever darkened their doorstep, they wouldn't know how to protect themselves. Those are the sheep. And then you got predators. They use violence to prey on the weak. They're the wolves. And then there are those who been blessed with the gift of aggression and the overpowering need to protect the flock. These men are the rare breed who live to confront the wolf. They are the sheepdog. But we protect our own. Did you finish it? Then you know who you are.
Good.
he's told him, Timothy, at the end of chapter 3, follow my example, follow my teaching, and stay tethered to the holy scriptures of God. Don't let anything or anybody cause you to waver from my example, from my teaching, from the holy scripture. He comes into chapter 4 and he tells them, hey, you're going to need to keep your head. Hey, you're going to press on through the hard times. Timothy, I want you to always keep sharing the gospel, and I want you to fulfill the calling that God has put on your life. And then Paul shifts gears and he says, here's the reality for me. My plane is leaving soon. Check out the text with me if you're there. 2 Timothy chapter 4. And I'm going to jump in verse 6. It says, for I'm already, this is Paul speaking, being poured out like a drink offering. For the time has come for my departure. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. So last chapter, almost down to the last verses of a hero and a legend of our story who is responsible in many ways for God shaping you and me into the people we become as followers of Jesus. He says, at the end of the day, I fought the good fight, I finished the race, and I kept the faith. Do you know what is consistent in all of those ideas? Hardship. You think it was easy to fight the good fight? You think there were times I wanted to give up on fighting the good fight? Do you think it was easy to finish this race? This wasn't a 100-meter dash. This was a marathon of faithfulness, of following God, and I finished my race. I didn't try to run somebody else's race. I finished my race, and I kept the faith. There was all kind of pressure, everything you can imagine coming against that gospel, but I kept the faith. In other words, hardship. And if you detail Paul's life, oh my goodness, the hardship that he went through to be able to make these three statements in the last sentences that he's writing, that we have recorded from his life. But the reason why Paul, I believe, was able to endure the hardship and fight that fight, to endure the hardship and finish that race, to endure the hardship and keep that faith, it's because he was able to zoom out and see something greater for his life. But Paul was able to zoom. And we see all through his life that he was able to see into eternity. He was able to understand what was on the other side of this journey. He was able to zoom from wherever he was, whether it was Ephesus or Philippi, or he was in Jerusalem or in a prison. He could zoom out, all the way out, to the end of his journey and understand what was waiting for him at the end of the fight, at the end of the race, at the end of keeping the faith. There is in store for me the crown of righteousness.
Best advice I ever got. I'll never forget it. I was 14 years old. Came from a gentleman by the name of Michael Delancey. He sat me down in his kitchen and he said, "Little man, don't you ever forget this. You gotta have game if you wanna get work." Didn't really touch me in no way in particular. I laid back. But over years and over time, it kept coming back. Gotta have game if you wanna get work.
Let your hustle and your actions speak for you. This is the only way you really could prove who the real hustlers are. Not who make the biggest hit record of the summer. Not who got the biggest buzz and not who got the best stylist. We gon' look back a decade from now and see who got the most money, who made the most moves, who made the most millionaires, who put the most people in power, who really get paper. That's what we gon' see, and you can't talk your way into that. And I understood that.
My appetite for success is different. You feel me? My appetite for wealth, my appetite for real estate. It's a lot of times you gotta overlook shit because a motherfucker not gonna see your vision.
True.
It's a lot of times people just gonna measure your greatness based on your success and your wealth, which is unfortunate. But when you're dealing with mediocre mindset people, that's what it is, and that's cool. And once they see you get the big check from motherfucking Oprah or whoever that is, that's when they go, I seen it in you since you was in the 4th grade, Trish. I seen it. And guess what? It's cool. It's cool, but we don't take that personal. Only thing we taking personal is the relationship we got with our goals. Anything outside of that, fuck them.
Noise.
Fuck them.
Noise.
Well, if you're not really willing to sacrifice that time, that effort, that passion, that work, you can't really never accept to be nothing more than average.
True. A lot of people think overnight success really happened overnight, but speaking of 10 years, how was it being patient throughout this process, and did you ever feel like giving up?
I felt like giving up all the time. Felt like giving up every day. And a lot of times it's not just patience, it's just you have no other choice.
Okay.
And so, now that I look back on it, it's not that bad when you feel boxed in and have no other choice but up. Nowhere to go but up.
But to get it,
that's it.
Gotta get it.
That's it.
We all gotta accept the fact that whatever we have going on in our mind is what fills our heart. That's what fills our heart. So if all you think about all day is hate, the bullshit, that's what's gonna consume your life. Clipping the ears off a donkey won't make you a stallion. So you gotta really go hard. How dedicated are you? How dedicated are you? How much are you willing to commit? My mother from Mississippi, my father from Florida. I know what it's like to really have to work hard. I seen it. I seen it. A lot of times it only comes down to you being the best version of yourself. You gotta be the best version of yourself. That begins with your health. That begins with your mindset. What are you willing to commit? Do business with a boss, you gotta be ready to sacrifice it all. Because in the real world, your goals don't give a fuck about your excuses.
There was a time where I just want to go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would just do what I'm doing, and I don't want to go to sleep. It's too much to accomplish, life too short. I could be dead next week, and I ain't did none of the stuff I wanted to do. That's what was going on in the back of my mind.
Right. Yeah.
Is make sure the young hustlers coming up, it ain't no limit on your value. Ain't no limit on your net worth. Can't nobody tell you how much
Ain't no
you worth.
ceiling on where you about to go.
Nah. It ain't where you started at. It ain't who started, strongest is who lasts the longest. The ones who got the most morals and just, damn. You know what I mean? But you gotta learn to keep going. Some we used to hear as youngsters, the show must go on. And that's really what it is. And that really should drive you even more, because we got more of a purpose to do what we do. Don't be scared to get to the money at all times. I went to sleep 3 a.m. I was back up at 6:30, excited. No excuses. My bad. Yo, shut the fuck up and let's get to the money, man. Nobody seen my vision. Nobody believed in what I was talking about. And I get it. That's cool. Just give me some time and I'm gonna show you how we finna do this.
And how was you able to turn like $1 into a dream? Like, how was you able to push yourself to that potential? Because a lot of times you fall short, but it'd be hard to keep going. So what motivates you to just keep going?
You know, it's like, I gotta invest in myself. I gotta do this myself. I wanna do this. I wanna do something others won't do. Yo, I wanna go buy a jet and not just to take pictures on IG, fuck that. I wanna be able to go get money in 3 different cities in one day, in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Instead of playing with money, instead of us going to Vegas gambling, nah, I'm finna buy some real estate on Star Island. I'm gonna invest another dub in it. It's gonna be worth 100. You feel me? And when you look up and that become the lifestyle, that become the pattern. So that's what we doing and that's what we applying. You know what I mean? You gonna take losses gambling, you gonna take losses. But as long as you sticking to shit, what the plan is, shit, I believe you gonna win much bigger.
It's not even easy to show up after a loss for a lot of people, right?
But you gotta realize in life, you gonna face that. You gonna fall, you gonna have losses, you gotta get up. You gotta
get up, baby, and grind. You know what I'm saying? You got to, whatever it is. I watched that with my big homies growing up. I watched the richest dudes in my hood go broke 3 times and come back. You feel me? So when you come back, you just gotta make sure you never let go, man. I'm somebody that took almost 10 to 15 years to get on. I'm not just an artist that had a hit record and yeah. So my excitement for moving fast, I don't wanna move fast. I wanna move correctly. I just don't wanna waste no time. If it's something that's gonna take us a year to make, if it's something that's gonna take us 10 years to make, that's fine, as long as we don't waste no time. Let's put the plan together, put the play together. If it take us 25 years, long as we know what the goal is, that's it. Nigga, this ain't nothing no nigga could do in a year or 2. Nigga lying to you. This shit take 20 years, nigga, 25 years, nigga. And it take time. You could be a young nigga right now, 20 years old, don't know what you gonna be doing next week, and that's fine, nigga. Right. Niggas don't know what they gonna be doing at 20. Really? Ain't nobody tell me that, nigga. Niggas be 30 years old when they just getting that niche. But whatever you feeling in your heart that you enjoy, tap into it now. You don't never know where that shit, because nigga, when you doing something you love, you much more dangerous than you doing if you doing something you just doing cause you gotta do it. Yeah, nigga, if you really love that, it's like if you going fishing, nigga. If you really love motherfucking getting them bitches on the hook. I get a lot of bait, nigga.
No one wants to go into the shuffle. They want to choose the 4-lane power. That's the nice route. The shuffle means you're gonna hurt. The shuffle means you're gonna suffer. The shuffle means you're gonna hit rock a lot of times. So we all know what digging through rock is like. When you hit a root, you gotta get some more tools out. If I have no more tools, it's a shuffle. I was choosing the 4-lane highway. This is when I decided to pick up that double that we all decide not to take. I'm just David Goggins. No Goggins. No carry boats, logs, bullshit. It's just pick up that Pulaski and dig. Hey, get that pump, walk down a mile, put it in the water, mosquitoes beating. You're just David Goggins. You're nobody. Cause that's where my growth is. I worked myself so hard that I turned a person this fucked up into this motherfucker right here. Not off of reading a book off a theorist. Off of going to work on myself and saying, I don't know how to do this, but I know that to get over there to that side, I gotta grind myself into a fine powder. And I did it.
You have to disappear. That means doing the work, the real work. The work nobody sees, nobody celebrates, nobody even knows is happening. Disappearing means building in private what you don't need to prove in public. It means valuing progress over performance, results over recognition, substance over spectacle. You stop worrying about what people think and start valuing what you believe. You stop curating your life for an audience and start creating your life for yourself. Because a life that looks good or sounds good is nothing compared to a life that feels good. The people who matter all disappeared at some point. They locked in, they focused, they built, and when they came back different, stronger, clearer, more dangerous. Because they weren't coming back to prove anything. They were coming back because they had something to show. You see, disappearing is not about isolation. It's about insulation. It's about protecting your energy, your focus, your vision from people who don't understand it yet. It's about building something so strong that by the time you reveal it, it doesn't need defending. It defends itself. The world will always try to keep you small. It will reward you for staying the same, for being predictable, for fitting into the box they built for you. But greatness doesn't fit in boxes. So disappear. The world will wait, and when you return, you won't need to announce it. They'll feel it, because you won't be the same person who left.
The lion doesn't ask for permission. The lion doesn't wait for someone to believe in him. He moves because hunger demands it. That's the mentality you need. Stop acting like prey, hoping the world will treat you kindly. Nothing respects weakness. Nothing bows to fear. You want freedom? You want success? You want revenge for every moment you were underestimated? Then you have to think like a lion. Focus locked.
motherfucker, I was fat too. And it was hard as fuck every fucking day to get up. I know what it feels like. When you roll your fat ass out of bed and all you want is some fucking damn cinnamon buns and shit. And fucking chocolate milkshake. I know what it is. Tell yourself the truth. If someone calls you fucking fat, they may be bullying you, but you might be fucking fat. Someone calls you dumb, it's mean, but you might be fucking dumb. I was fat. Fuckers look for inspiration. Inspiration's found in every first step you take. Every crash that fucking iron bar. All that shit, all the miles in the pool. Inspiration's found in suffering. So right now, this is my greatest recovery. As I recover, I find inspiration. You don't find inspiration by not living in the grip of life. You need to live in the grip of life to find inspiration. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made him. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fucking fetal position. When everybody starts off in first grade, I had them negative grades. I started off in the fucking dungeon. I had to dig out of the fucking damn grave to get to first grade.
When a lion sees an opportunity, he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't overthink. He attacks with everything he has. That's how you have to move. Quiet. Calculated. Unapologetic. Your dreams are not suggestions. They are territory you must claim.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you gotta walk into and the tables you gotta sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain can make you better? What if the pain can build muscle? What if the pain can cause you to reach higher, to leap further, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
I was the true devil. I was the one holding me back. I was the one looking for the scapegoat. And I was the one looking for all these ways to say, it's okay, David. You're a loser, you're a born loser, so it's okay. No one's gonna come back to save me. No one's gonna come back on this fucking couch and say, hey, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. No, I'm not. You need to fucking work harder. You need to fucking discipline your mind better. You need to help people more than just saying it's okay. It's okay that you're not fucking willing to fucking help yourself out. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. Even though it's your life, if that's acceptable, that's unacceptable. You can't be like, oh yeah, my dad beat me. It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is, motherfucker. It's killing you. It's taking over your whole fucking life. But that's the conversation. Yeah, my dad beat me. I'm fine now, though. I'm good. Okay? Alright. No, you ain't.
The super successful are super obsessed with being successful. They're the people who simply cannot imagine a life without achieving their grandest ambitions. They don't just want success, they need it. It's not a preference, it's a primal urge. And it's not a goal, it's a fundamental part of their identity. They aren't just working for success, they're working from a place of absolute, unwavering commitment to it. While others were protecting their comfort, the obsessed were pursuing their calling. While others were asking, is this too much? The driven were asking, is this enough? The super successful don't apologize for their obsession, they weaponize it. You see, their obsession is not a disorder, it's a decision. It's the decision that this goal, this vision, this dream matters more than comfort, more than approval, more than fitting in. They think about it when they wake up. They think about it when everyone else clocks out, because their obsession isn't part of their life, it is their life, and they chose it willingly. They didn't stumble into greatness, they didn't balance their way to the top, they sacrificed everything others are still protecting. And if you want what they...
Sometimes you gotta look at them, your friends and family, like, bro, I don't want what the fuck you want. Okay? So like, do you get it? I'm not trying to be fucking broke. I'm not trying to be maxed out on my credit cards. I'm not trying to drive a fucking Denali and pay $2,000 a month for it and not have any money going to my fucking bank account.
okay? I'm not trying to be look rich. I'm trying to be rich so I can handle my motherfucking business. So the next time you say something to me like that, realize I don't want anything that you have. That'll shut them the fuck up.
And if someone stands